Come, Lord Jesus, be our guest. Now I lay me down to sleep. Oh, give thanks to the Lord, for he is good. The Lord is my shepherd. I mean, each of those is the beginning of a very common prayer. Prayers that you've learned, prayers that you use. Jesus was a person devoted to prayer. In fact, this painting that adorns the altar here at St. Paul's portrays Jesus in prayer. Prayer in the Garden of Gethsemane. Praying, Father, let this cup pass from me, but not my will, but your will be done. The painting points to this response to God's mission that we're going to focus in on this Sunday. To pray. The disciples noted how often Jesus went off by himself alone to pray. He always found himself praying before major events in his life. His disciples, noticing how frequently, how faithfully Jesus prayed, even asked Jesus one day, they said, Lord, teach us to pray. So Jesus said to them, when you pray, say, Our Father who art in heaven. Now sometimes we get to hear what Jesus prayed for, like in John 17. We hear what he prays for. In the garden, we hear what he prays for. Sometimes, though, the Gospels just say Jesus prayed, and we don't know what he was praying for. But there was one time when Jesus directed his followers to specifically pray for something. It's there in Matthew 9, in chapter 9. As the crowds were growing and surrounding Jesus, Jesus senses just how lost and how helpless they are, like sheep without a shepherd to care for them or to save them. So filled with compassion, Jesus has a plan for those lost, harassed sheep. Jesus says, pray. He asks his followers to pray, to ask the Lord of the harvest. You know, every time I drive home or I drive around the area, I see fields of corn and soybeans almost ready now, ripe for the harvest. That's what Jesus sees. That's what he sees when he looks out into this crowd of humanity. He sees a field of souls ready for the harvest. And we know that God's will is for all people to be saved, to all be brought in for the harvest, into the barns of salvation. But Jesus also knows this reality, that the workers are few. And so he instructs our response to God's mission this way. Jesus said, pray to the Lord of the harvest, pray, and ask to send workers out into the fields. That's our focus this Sunday here at St. Paul's. God's mission, our response. Pray. Oh, and God gives an answer to those prayers. So come, join us and hear what his surprising answer just might be to those who respond to God's mission with prayer.